Hey guys, Trigger John coming at you another Diablo 4 video. Alright, so this one, it's kind of a sad one to make, not gonna lie. You see, I'm still level 82. If you guys watched my video yesterday, I was just into 82. I didn't have any XP, so I just logged in. I was gonna go ahead and go live and go play, and it kind of dawned on me, I don't want to. So that led me to think for a second, like, wait, why am I like, nah, I don't really want to go play this game tonight? Or why am I like, oh, hey, I'm not going to stream or whatever. So let's go ahead and let's talk about it, because I feel like if I'm hitting this point as a content creator, that you guys, the viewers, are probably hit this point before me because you don't have as much at stake. Also, I do know Blizzard is looking a lot at these types of videos at the comment section right now, trying to figure out what to be doing. It's not that I don't think they don't know what to do. I think they're really just trying to gauge the populace a little bit better. Fortunately, Reddit isn't necessarily the best place for that. You know how that is. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's talk about it. I'll give you my explanation, my thoughts, how I'm feeling about it. We'll probably pull up the statistics, because I think statistically right now is at that point where we should see a major fall off. We'll pull it up, we'll look at it, we'll take a quick peek, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Full disclaimer, I'm not done with Diablo 4. I will be playing. I will probably be playing tomorrow for sure. Probably go live, play it for a little bit tomorrow. Saturday I got a thing with getting ready for a wedding, my wedding reception next year. I got to go meet a couple people, but then I'll probably go live again and play it. I'm still going to do daily content on it up until probably up until Path of Exile launch on next Friday, and I'll probably play that for the weekend and a couple other days, and then I'll be back on D4. So stay tuned, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. All right, so let's go ahead and let's talk about a few things in Diablo 4 that I think are kind of causing a problem and or a rift, maybe a disconnect. Me personally, I'm at that point where even though I do have fun playing the game with my friends, and it's fun, it's exciting, especially with friends. I don't know if you guys saw my video yesterday where I talked about actually how you can get the all the renown done super easy. You can just divide and conquer on the dungeons. Probably gonna do that again with my buddies tomorrow, finish that off. And that part is very fun, it's very engaging. They've done a very good job of making the group play more incentivized with the extra XP and simply being able to divide and conquer on a lot of dungeons, because we know they still haven't really fixed the mechanics of some of these dungeons where you're doing a big circle and then you got to backtrack all the way to like another location to get the boss. Like, it's kind of annoying. It's very inefficient, so to speak, right? And they've done a very good job at bringing it into enticing you on making friends and playing with friends, and that's great. That's all well and good. Diablo Immortal did a fantastic job of that as well, but at the same point, the same caveat, it's kind of funny when, what do you do when, say, your friends hit level 100? Like, for example, I have a couple of buddies who have hit 100 before me. Not a big deal. I had a late start to League. They were been grinding since day one. They slowed down, everyone kind of did, but then they picked back up and they're now level 100. But what is to incentivize them to keep playing? Is making an alternative character to try out another class really worth playing even the game? Like, is going ahead and saying, you know what, I want to do all of this all over again, level this character, I want to figure out another Paragon board, another build, is that really all there is? I think as of right now, like, the game is very much, it's definitely set for casuals, right? There's nothing wrong with necessarily having casual gameplay and whatnot. Like, it can be very good, it can be very fun, and like a lot of other things in games, sometimes too much casual can be a problem. And I feel like that's where I've made it to at this point. I don't have anything else to really do and engage with my friends, because yeah, they're going to keep running nightmare sigils, but at some point in time, they're just going to fall completely off because they don't want to make another character. They just did that grind and they didn't enjoy it. There's a difference between grinding for gear and getting a reward versus grinding and then not enjoying said grind. Now, I'm sure they'd tell you, like, yeah, it was still fun, like we played with friends and whatnot, but at the same point, in the same token, when I asked them, like, hey, you gonna make another level 100? Absolutely not. That was ridiculous to do in the first place. Now, is it still better than Path of Exile with with their leveling system, absolutely. In PoE, when you die, you lose XP, and I've never even made it to level 100 on that game. The highest I ever made it to was 93. But majority of players right now won't even hit level 100 on their main character. I'm 82. PoE League starts on Friday. There's a good chance I don't hit 100 before League start. Why? Because at this point, I've kind of lost motivation. I've been de-incentivized to keep playing and being engaged. It's one of those situations where, I was just about to go ahead and go run one of these dungeons while we're talking, and you know what? We can do that. We'll run a dungeon while we're talking here. But it's just one of those situations where this is my incentive. This is all I got. I don't have anything else that's really significant. Yes, I can go beat Uber Lilith if I really want to, but that's kind of that's it. That's kind of it. That's all there is to it, unfortunately. Is it an easy fight? No, it's not. Is it going to be a hard fight? Yes. Am I going to rip a lot? Yes. Is it a challenge? Absolutely. Is that part of it fun? Yes, that's great. That is content that forces you to get good, essentially. Makes you work and put forth an effort to go ahead and achieve your goals. That's awesome. That's very incentivizing and very nice. However, at this point in time, at least from what I know and from how my gameplay is so far, with my current build, there's no shot that I can do it. I have to get level 100, and unfortunately, to get to level 100 requires more time than I have as a casual gamer to get it all done. And that's what makes it kind of unfortunate, is because I would love to play, get to level 100 super quick, make guides on builds, do all this whatnot, but I'm a casual guy, right? Like, I work a 9 to 5, I have a wife, we have plenty of other obligations that I have to do, an adult every day. I work 3 to 4 hours a night on content, and that includes video editing and making my thumbnail and so on and so forth. So it's one of those situations where time is of the essence, and unfortunately I don't have that type of time and or luxury to play it to the point and degree where, yes, I would hit level 100, and at which point maybe I would do a second character, right? If I was able to get to level 100 in, say, 2 or 3 weeks with my amount of gameplay, I would probably do another character, because at that point it's a little bit more obtainable. It's not like you're kind of just stuck doing whatever, right? You have a goal in mind. If it only takes a couple of weeks of grinding at, a few hours a night, that's very reasonable. What's not very reasonable is the fact that we are looking at August 10th as of making this video. The game globally launched on the 6th. I got 2 days early, and even though I had a late start, I'm still only level 82, and actually, if you look statistically, most level 80s aren't even playing the game right now, because as soon as they hit the 80 to 100 wall, they lost interest. They no longer had anything to offer them. Also, to that standpoint, we'll say, I have no desire to farm like gear, because I haven't seen a new piece of better gear on my build in a very long time. So even though, yes, I do enjoy grinding, I love grinding games. Like, I'm very excited to grind and get uniques and fix builds and do this, that, and the other. Like, that aspect is awesome. It's amazing. It's fun. I enjoy that. But what I don't enjoy is the simple fact that, yeah, even though that there is a grind, but if I don't get any dopamine, if I can't get, like, I go weeks, almost a week, without upgrading a piece of gear because I can't get anything better to drop doing higher tier nightmare sigils. What part of that makes sense for me to want to continue playing? And I feel like a lot of people are kind of stuck in this mentality and this thought as well, because that's what they're dealing with right now, where they're also like, you know what, I would love to play the game, but I can't. And it's very unfortunate. It kind of makes me a little sad, because I feel like there was a lot of hype, there was a lot of advertisement, there was a lot that went into creating Diablo 4, advertising for it, and making it the game it is today. But I feel like they missed their mark and didn't really do a whole lot. Now, if you know my good friend Chosen, he just did a YouTube video, what was it, a couple of days ago, where he actually brought up the statistics of Diablo 4, where they're at, what's going on with it, and kind of explaining that what we're seeing right now statistically with the downfall and people actually watching Diablo 4 content and the actual Google search trends plummeting. He made a very good point, so definitely check out his video on his channel, that statistically most games within the first 3 months have an astronomical hype on them, right? Such a buildup. Everyone and their brother is going to milk it for content. We had a lot of that on Diablo 4, where we had everyone and their brother covering Diablo 4, and just kind of capitalizing on it and then saying, you know what, nope, D4 bad, and then bouncing. That's kind of a very common trend. Like this isn't the first time this has happened, and this definitely won't be the last time this has happened. So it's one of those situations where I feel like, even as a herd mentality, a lot of people are like, oh, well, no, D4 is dead. I definitely would not say D4 is dead, even though, yes, I am feeling the way I am. I'm still going to play the game, still going to enjoy it as a casual. However, I do feel like they may have a little bit of viability to their stance as far as things not being great, only simply because the patches that they've done so far have targeted certain areas, but no different than my beef with the stupid horse and the barrier. Don't promise to deliver something or say you're going to deliver something and don't. Like, that puts off a very bad image, especially with how much they've worked to achieve their goals and for how much they've worked to release this game to this point that it is now. I definitely won't say D4 is bad. It's not a bad game. Unfortunately, because of the lack of content here in season 1, it's getting kind of boring. Now, Malignants, if I were to rate them out of a 1 out of 10, Malignants are great. I absolutely love this mechanic. I hope it's only a seasonal mechanic. I really hope this isn't in forever in the game. I feel like that'd be a little busted if it is. I mean, I literally have a necro build that I don't have to do a whole lot other than press like a button and then press blood mist when I'm about to die. Like, it's pretty simple. And not that these games are meant to be super demanding as far as button mechanics and game mechanics, but you do want to feel like you have to engage a little more than just nothing. Like, I can 9 out of 10 times I can watch some anime on my other screen, catch up while I'm grinding, no problem, because it's that easy. Malignants kind of help with that, right? Obviously, you get a barber and you get vicious heart, you're good to go. Like, you're gonna do a lot of damage. But it's just one of those situations where I don't know the best way to approach it and make the game better. I would love to know, like, comments down below, how do you guys feel like they can improve things? I do feel like the dungeon update, the mob update, that was tremendously good. I was so happy for that update. Dungeons feel good. However, running just dungeons, the same dungeons over and over again, is kind of boring. You know, even if I could switch it all up and have to do like a complete, like, hey, finish these dungeons first and then you can go to the next tier of these other dungeons, that would make it more diverse. Unfortunately, we're just kind of at the mercy of, okay, what sigils do we have? Yep, just run it. I may have, you know, 5 or 6 Mariner's Refuge, and guess what? I'm gonna do it 5 or 6 times because that's what I got. That's kind of I don't know, it's just lackluster, I guess, is my problem. And I know this is kind of a gripe video, and I apologize. I'm not a negative person by any means, but it's just one of those situations where I was really hoping and really enjoying the train, so to speak, of, hey, this is going to be a great game. It's going to be awesome. Only to kind of find out that it's not bad, but it's not as good as it should be. I hope they get this fixed. I have very much faith that Blizzard will get this fixed. I mean, look at Diablo 3. Diablo 3 was probably one of the worst perceived Diablo games out there, especially at launch with the auction house, everything else that had going on, and they pretty much scrapped everything, and now it's a new game that, even though I personally don't think Diablo 3 really is great, I still don't think that game has an end game either, unfortunately, which makes me a little nervous about this one. But to the point of, at least it's more playable, it's a little bit more dopamine. It has, I wouldn't say the same longevity in the season, but it has a little bit of longevity. But yeah, unfortunately right now it's just kind of a bummer that I just don't really feel like doing a whole lot in Diablo 4, and I know if I'm feeling this way, chances are you guys are too. Leave comments down below. I'd love to know how you guys are feeling about it, what you're up to within the game. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. I'll be live tomorrow on Twitch if you want to go come hang out, shoot your shit. By all means, you can hit me up anytime. I got buddies who message me constantly from YouTube, getting help and personal help on how to use their ads are on, or they're disabled and they need help with something else. Like, if you need any assistance, by all means reach out. I'll be happy to help you. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.